Alright, what's up, guys? So, this was a crazy one. I had this dream. I worked at a strip club, and I was a waiter, and I got paid mostly with tips. And I mean, I got paid mad dough with tips. I mean, they tipped big. Like, I got 5 grand in the first night, and I was like, what, you know? But like, what happened was, is like, I guess like it was like, I guess like the girls and guys liked me so much that I made money easily. But I guess like the place was run by the mafia, so the mafia took most of my money. So I went home with only 500 bucks out of 5K. I only went home with 500. So yeah, that sucks. Anyways, the boss was impressed with like you know, like how much I made and that stuff, you know, like, but there was no reward. So it was like, you know, that was the point in being impressed. Then again, it's all like, okay, now I know why I'm glad I should be impressed. You know, he should be impressed. All right, anyways, whatever. Anyways, after the shift was over, we were counting our money like that we made for the night, and then we all were told to head to the back of the room because a woman stole money and was making an excuse, like she said that like she had like 3 kids that she needed to feed. And then all of a sudden, like, some dude that I was standing next to in the room was like trying to back her up, saying like, yeah, and like her car's not working or something like that, you know. And then like another dude like that stuff, who was her friend and that stuff, like, you know, was also like, you know, that they knew that, you know, all of them were like, I guess like in trouble or something like that. And the boss was not putting up with that, so we just basically told everybody in the room had a witness and that stuff. They had a witness 3 people get their throat slit, and I was like, what the frick? He's all like, boom. And like all of a sudden you see like these Japanese dudes with like freaking katanas, dude. So like I basically see 3 people like pretty much right next to me. Like I wouldn't even say like maybe like 30 feet away from me the most or something. Maybe a little bit further. I don't want to say, like, maybe, I don't know, like a good, I don't know, just I can see them on sight, and it's pretty gnarly. Um, yeah. So I was scarred that night, and I was trying to keep my composure, trying not to shake and shiver, and like, you know, so I'm like, what the frick? And then like, you know, like, and I guess like in the bar, like that stuff, like some of the waiters were giving everybody drugs and that stuff to like get through the moments and that stuff. And then it was cool because I got some free tabs and that stuff, and so I guess I kind of got like a reward. But 4 tabs and that stuff, I mean, that's 40 bucks. That's really nothing compared to the 5 grand I made. I was so mad and that stuff. And then I just went as dead. I didn't care. I just wanted to get out of there and that stuff. But it's all like, it doesn't matter because if I quit, they're gonna go after me. So it was like, I don't know what to do, man. But I was all scared. I'm all walking. I already took tabs because I'm just like, dude, I just witnessed this crap, and I'm like, I don't know, in my dream and that crap. And then into that I don't know what happened, but I ended up getting in the car, and as soon as I got in the car, I started a trip, and next thing I know is like, when I was tripping in the car, I crashed and stuff, and then like, I don't know how the heck I like sobered up after I crashed and that stuff, cause like, you know, but anyways, like 30 minutes passed by or something like that, and like my crash cars in the middle of the road or that stuff. I didn't even crash my car. I thought I crashed my car. My car's actually okay and that stuff. It's just in the middle of the road. I just parked it and I couldn't drive it because, like, you know, I was just tripping balls because I just took a tab of acid and that stuff. But really, I was just dreaming and that stuff. So it was like, what the heck? But it was weird because I thought like the mafia, like, it was weird because I saw like mafia people like were fixing my car and that stuff. I thought mafia people were fixing my car. There was just like a bunch of like mafia people next to my car on the side of the road, and they're all smoking chain smoking and that stuff. And then I'm all like, I know I went to pick up my car and that stuff. I don't remember if I had a conversation with them, but I was all nervous because I thought they were mafia, but I don't know if they were or not. But they didn't even know like I was working at the bar. That's all I cared. I got out there and I was just like, fuck this shit, man. I fucking left, dude. I was like, hell no, man. That scared the living shit out of me, dude. I was like, whoa. So I'll show the picture of that dream, and then after that, I'll have to come back and I'll have to show pictures of the other dreams. But yeah, that dream was freaking intense. But you can see, yeah, so like, that's like the strip club that I was working at, the main room, table, strip, bar right there. And then there's the back room, see the door, then there's the back room, and you see there's some tables right here, and then there's some counters and that stuff, so it's like some half walls or like that stuff covering like the bottom and that stuff, so like you can see over the balcony and that stuff. And then there's like tables on the other side. But anyways, this is the entrance to that stuff. So, and this is where all the commotion is happening. It's mostly right here in the middle, like kind of by the entrance and that stuff. And where am I at the freaking place? Okay, so I'm right here at the bottom, right? I'm right here at the bottom of the side, right by the entrance and stuff, but there's a wall right here between. Anyways, I look at the far side, and or like in the middle, and this is where the woman is. She's all like, you know, talking to the mafia boss and that stuff, and you know, begging that stuff. And then like, you know, like, and then the dude that like, you know, tries to back her up is like right next to me right here, and I'm right here and all that stuff. And then her friend is like right here over there and that stuff. And then the mafia's all like, yo, slit him. And it's like 3 people, boom, 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 dead. And I was like, what the frick? And so I left. I'll have to come back and explain the other dreams, but that was pretty much the whole map of that part. Wow, 6 minutes. Yeah, I'll just have to tell another story, and I'll have to show the other pictures later. Then I had this one crazy dream where me and my dad saw alligators while we were going through Seco, and it just rained heavily, and there was a storm by the Y intersection, and on the right side, like on the right turn, or like on the left side, like when you make a right turn, there's like puddles or like stuff, like ponds and that stuff, and we see like alligators swimming in these ponds and that stuff, like 3 alligators, and then we saw like 1 crocodile and that stuff. And it was like, it's funny because like New Mexico doesn't even have any like alligators or crocodiles, so it was like, what the frick. But what was weird is when we got all the way to Seco and that stuff, like we had to like get on like this floating rack thing. I don't know, it's like plastic, rubber or something like that, and like they float on water or something like that, and we had to use our car and we had to drive on it in order to get to the side. And it was weird, it was like a floating thing, like because like the whole entire town was like flooded because I guess it rained for some reason, which is weird because it never floods like that, you know. So I don't know where the heck this dream was coming from. And like people were camping on like the rafts and that stuff, fishing and that stuff off of like these floating devices and that stuff. There's alligators trying to get on like the rafts and that stuff. Like, well, it's not a raft, but like, you know, it's like a floating thing, like, you know, plastic, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like clip-ons, like blue, and it looks blue. It's a blue clip-on and that stuff, and it's just floating on the water and that stuff. It's a float. And like it's crazy because people are like fishing and that stuff, and it's like, I don't know how like the car's like floating on it, you know, but somehow it is. And like there's a gator whose boat was sinking, and I guess like in the water there was a boat sinking or something like that. Oh yeah, because the gator jumped onto like some dude's boat, and the dude jumped out of the boat and like jumped out of the water and got onto the float or something like that. So it's like, huh, that's weird, because I guess like it was like a fishing dock or something like that. Yeah, it was interesting. There was like gators and there's fish in like this lake. Like it went from Seco to a lake and that stuff. And it was like, what? And like I remember like there's like fishing lines, and like I remember like there's fishing lines, and I'm all trying to stay on like the water raft or like that stuff, and I was like, I don't know how to stay on it because it was like slippery in water for some reason. I don't know, but it was just like really, really hard. And then like and then I guess